What you're gonna see today is a black and blue review. Oh, I gotta go get the ticket. Good morning, you motherfuckers. Today we're gonna do a black and blue review. And I'm here with my man Doc. Alright, let's do it. So yo, we went to the movies to see the movie Black and Blue. If you haven't seen it, you gotta go to the theater and check it out. It's a really dope thriller movie, like action-packed.
Had me on my edge of my feet, like not no regular thriller that you would normally.
This ain't your regular thriller movie, man. I promise you, like you on your edge of the seat the whole time, and it has a lot of twists and turns that all match together. So during this review, we ain't gonna tell y'all what happened during the movie. We're gonna try and keep it as vague as possible, but we want to make sure that we talk about a couple things. Well, first, before we get into it, what you think about the movie before we begin?
I mean, man, I love that movie. That movie, after watching the movie and leaving, I was so ecstatic. It was a good film. Definitely, anybody that ain't seen it yet, you should go watch. This is definitely one of those type of films that I will definitely support, to definitely say you should go see. This ain't the normal thriller-packed, action-packed film that you would normally see, but this is a home run for some of those that understand.
Home run. Hey, I feel you on that home run. So I'll go ahead and tell you, man, I watched this movie twice. I had to go see it right when it came out. Then me and Doc had to go see it because we wanted to see a movie that we can study on. And what I love about this movie, I think one of the biggest takeaways that I tell you is how real life situations it integrated perfectly to not only bring light to tough topics, but also to give insight. And really it drove these characters to a different place because, you know, that culture being the urban community, the black community, it's tough to explain if you've never been through it. So let's go ahead and give a couple pointers, man. A couple things we want to hit on is the relationship with the police, with the black community. And if you don't know, it's different from one side of the town to the other. And let's just talk about that topic of how the movie really shows that.
Like pretty much, like you just gotta pretty much think about it, like, man, you know, not so many, you know, black folks feel comfortable around the police, you know, like we don't have the best review or, you know, eyesight from them, or the standpoint where we feel like we could come to them and ask them for help, like,
right. So
it's like, it's just one of those damn things, like, you know, where motherfuckers say, you know, snitching, no, you know, motherfuckers don't fuck with snitching. It's for a reason, because, you know, like it put a fear into you where you just feel like there's no, you know, you don't get no regular support.
There's no support. It's not where you actually feel safe. And I think that's one of the bigger topics to talk about, is that, you know, they don't feel safe. So we're talking about the relationship with the police. It's the trust.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, the trust is the main part that a lot of people don't, like, you know, feel like they could trust them. Like, I mean, you gotta think about it, like when you get arrested, definitely for being a black folk, how many times do you get, you know, abused before they finally have an understanding and say, oh yeah, this person not this, you know what I mean? Most of the time they see us as a gang member or seeing us as a thug or whatever, so we don't get the same respect as, you know, the norm.
So
you know
I think what comes to my heart immediately, because this is real, this just happened in the city. Like somebody just got, the gentleman ran from the police and got killed or whatever. But I think in every common element, even if we go down to the Dallas one where she was murdered in her home, like the police was called to help her and she was murdered in her home, it comes down to the element of fear. Like they fear somebody who doesn't look like them. And why they fear somebody who doesn't look like them is what we should be talking about. And then also a solution. Obviously, soldier, get out the damn way, man. There was a moment when the police needed help from the community, and the community was scared to help the police.
And for real, you know, not too many black folks gonna want to do that. Like,
no, not at all, not at all. Especially when the police is panicking. Like what do you imagine your reaction is?
I think shot, and you gonna bring that to my job? Ain't nothing for you in here.
Yeah, like, hell nah, close my damn door, get the fuck away.
Don't bring that around here, man. Don't bring that around here. So then we talk about the relationship within the police blue community.
Let's get you out of here.
We got her.
Don't be stupid. All he wants is the body cam.
And I think that was a big insight to a lot of people, understanding that the police have their good and bad cops as well, to the extent, and this is one of the biggest things that I think that I left originally from the first time I watched the movie, was I couldn't believe how much chaos one cop caused from trying to cover up his actions.
And that's the crazy part. I feel like they should have more of a regulation too for the cops, for when the community can't depend on the cops, who do, it should be somebody higher up to go on the cops, all right, we don't have a good support system in this community with the police here, so y'all should come down and check up on this and fix this. I feel like a lot of stuff is just, a lot of people just allow it go on and on and on, and even for black folks, it feel like, America, for blacks, it's just like, we still getting put down. We still having a hard time to make progress. And even though we still, making it, it just still definitely when it comes to our community, from calling the police and calling the blue, it's what's the point? Nobody they handle. It's more reason why more people have more situations in the community than, or you'll see on the news, or it's supposedly crime rates going up, is because the police not helping. So what do you think people gonna do? They gonna do it themselves. They're gonna make stuff happen. So if we can't figure out how to make that happen, who do we call for the blue on the blue? That's not fair. You got
and then in this situation, somebody who wanted justice, wanted proper trial, wanted somebody to be accountable for their actions, for them to go through so much resistance through their own, team. Because that's kind of what it was. It was like they didn't want to tell on themselves. They wanted to make it clean, and they, they wanted to do it their way.
And everybody is human, not everybody's perfect, and that's why I feel like that's why we need the regulations even for the cops.
Yeah.
You got the regulations on the community, but how you can't
And then you have examples in the justice system where we have injustice to the police that actually do go to try. They get these ridiculous, stupid sentences versus when, there's so much injustice, but it's being shown and brought to light through film by, a production through, the hidden film empire and, the director Deon Taylor. Like I told you, man, that's why we went and seen it. So shout out Deon, shout out the whole crew. This shit was a great production.
Yeah, I love it. I love the film, man.
So what other topics you wanna talk about just from the film, or something that you thought, man? Cause I'll be honest, man, when I saw some of the behind the scenes, I hated some of the moments because I ain't want it to end like that. Especially Mike Colton, I don't remember his name in the movie, but he was the big homie, the main dude, you know what I'm saying? The older brother or older cousin, whatever.
Yeah, he I felt like this movie, I really gonna say I felt like our community need to become stronger, even in the way of not just besides this film Black and Blue, we know pretty much America is against us, but even in this film, it shows how much our community was even against somebody that wanted to help. You know what I mean? From doing something, normally we won't want to be part of the police system. Of course, none of us would want to, and even having a friend that used to be a police officer, you would feel betrayed. But for this film, it actually brings light to people that want to help, and it's just for us having that as community being traumatized, I'm gonna really say, by the police system. It just we just don't, it don't make sense, it doesn't really help. And then from that film, it just that's just more a good story, you know what I mean? I love the film. It just feel our community needs to definitely become more stronger, and that's how I really feel about it,
Yeah. So I'll give you my final thoughts, and maybe we'll wrap this up after this, because there was a moment in the movie, and I saw it both times so vividly, where it's a drone shot or some type of a sky shot, and basically it's over the city, and in graffiti it says "Open your eyes." Did you see that?
I seen that. I didn't see that part, but you caught that. But I kept seeing other parts in there that made sense. Why?
Yeah, so I felt like that was like such a deep like theme through the movie. And right before this shot, there's a shot at the church that goes right before this shot where it pans over the city, and it's you know what I'm saying, literally in graffiti on the wall it says "Open your eyes," and I'm pretty sure they didn't do that in After Effects. That was literally the city painted like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, man. I would think that that's true. But that was one of my biggest takeaways from this movie is simply to open your eyes. And there's so many different ways to look at that. From police being afraid to tell on their own police, so they follow no snitching as well. Now, and then within the community, this young lady, she went to war twice to Afghanistan. She went to war twice and then went to work and service her community working for the police, and then her own people didn't respect her. Now, and then on top of that, there was, there's so many dynamics between the movie and so many themes, but I think overall, if you get anything from this movie, it is to open your eyes to, a lot. And I don't know if there's one thing to pinpoint what you should open your eyes to, but they're all worthy of that. Hey, where can we follow you? What's going on with Doc, man?
Hey, so I mean, really,
get you.
If y'all want to get at me, I'm pretty much right now. I'm still working on some stuff. I'm working with my boy Danny Keith, definitely on some, hopefully new projects. Real coming real soon. So but other than that, you get at me at. Shit, I don't even know my shit right now. That's
man.
crazy.
We gonna get at you later, man. It ain't worth it. All right, y'all. Peace.